Yo, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again today, people. Today we're here for Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger episode 36, and in this episode we get Ishibana back and we get some backstory on Himeno and Sebastian's relationship, of how they met each other, and also we see Sebastian's real face, because how many of you guys forgot that Sebastian's face isn't his real face? That's just makeup for him to look like an older dude, but he's actually like 24, like 24, 25. Like, yeah, like I bet a lot of us freaking forgot that detail. But in this episode, we see that Himeno has called everybody, has basically made this big announcement saying that she wants to find a suitor. She wants to find someone to marry, and everybody else is like, what the heck is going on here? And Gira is especially confused because he feels like all this is kind of out of nowhere considering the situation that they're in right now. So she says that hey, if you feel like you can get me, if you feel like you got enough riz, enough game to get me, come to Ishibana. And she's basically like, she basically has a bunch of men from all over the kingdoms coming in to try and woo her, especially Hat Guy. Hat Guy literally broke up with his girlfriend to come here. Like, your boy, he literally said that he's dressed up, looking all nice, whatever. Everybody's in their best fits and whatever, and they trying to, you know, look cute look cute for the queen. So all this seems like Gira just ain't having it. He thinks all this is super fishy anyway. So we see that in her throne room, she talks about how she wants to find a suitor and all these things. That she basically says that you know, being a queen or being a leader of the kingdom and finding somebody to marry and actually raising up the next generation, like raising an heir to the throne, is a, you know, royal duty anyway. So I actually should be trying to do it. So I decided that I want to find someone to marry, and you all are basically candidates to try and marry her because they're also royalty or higher up people. So also, Dabowski is nowhere to be found in this episode. Like, your boy isn't here. Like, he doesn't show up until the end, but you'll see why. So she basically gives everybody all these like little, you know, tasks, or well, like these little things that they're gonna do with her to prove that they are, you know, marrying material. So we get this one guy, this drop dead gorgeous shiny teeth and me looking dude walks in, and his name was Romain Dearborn. Roman Dearborn, and this guy is just drop dead gorgeous. He started walking in. I thought Geets was walking in here. Like, I thought white haired Geets was walking up in here. I'm like, yo, I thought Geets is over. Like, why are you doing the crossover now? But this guy, his name is Roman Dearborn, and he has come to try and marry the queen. And everybody's like, it's that classic cartoon when a really hot guy, really hot girl walks in the room, everybody starts fainting and all that stuff. That's basically what's happening when it comes down to him. So he speaks about how he met the queen and how the vow he made to her, and, you know, all kind of stuff, you know, how much he loved her and all this stuff. And he says that she saved him from crimes and stuff that he did. So we get like a flashback of him and Himeno. He's getting ready to, you know, cut himself on the cheek and stuff like that. She persuades him not to do it, not to kill himself and stuff like that. And that's how he ended up falling in love with her and vowed that he would he would like eventually either marry her or be by her side in any type of way. And Himeno was like, oh, I don't remember that actually happened. Oh, that's cool, but you still gotta prove yourself. So we see that when she makes everybody leave, she said, we're gonna start tomorrow when it comes down to all the little festivities and stuff, and you guys doing all the things that I need y'all to do. Turns out after everybody leaves, that's when Doug appears in the room next to Himeno, and then that's when we all remember that Kamen was the one that took over Ishibana while everybody was gone. So we all know Kamen has the power to shapeshift. So Kamen has shapeshifted into Himeno to like basically take over her kingdom and all this other stuff. And we find, and he's talking to Doug, that he tells him that the real Himeno is in the dungeon, and she's been infected with a bunch of other doctor people. A bunch of other like her squad, like her people, her like A1 doctors and stuff like that. And even the big girl's there too. That even tells her that I need you to stay awake, and I need you to be here because I need you to do something for me. And turns out we get a flashback of how Himeno got down there in the first place, and we see that when everybody got back home, she saw that her kingdom was basically in shambles, and Sebastian, see everybody laid out. We see that Sebastian comes up and tells her what happened. He tells her about Kamen, what happened. He takes her down to the dungeon and tells her, he basically reveals himself to be Kamen. He was impersonating Sebastian, and he said that he basically said that he came here, impersonated himself as a doctor, and infected people with this poison, a poison from space, and infected people with this poison. And he told her that if you he basically tells her to give up her power, give up her sword, or I'm gonna, like, if you kill me, then you won't be able to find a cure for this toxin and stuff like that. So she gives up. She gives him her sword, and he infects her with the poison and leaves her down there in the dungeon with all the other people. And that's why we saw in the last episode, I think episode before this one, where Himeno didn't want to help out with some stuff. Then we see that Gita called her, and she didn't want to help out. Her and Rita didn't want to help out with something. So it seems like that wasn't Himeno that Gita was talking to. It was Kamen. So we see that Himeno, she's down there, she's all beat up, and she's all kind of beat up and stuff, and her eyes are blood, like red, and she has two black eyes, like she's affected by this poison. And when she basically builds like a plan to get out of there, and when she does get out, and we also got some funny scenes between everybody trying to do all the stuff that she needed, like do all the stuff Kamen was having them do to prove that they could be like a good suitor for her. Like they have to dance, they have to like basically spit game to her. Like one of them was like spit game, like tell me how you love me or whatever. And we also had to dance with her, and we see that throughout the episode. We saw how Jeremy was like pranking Yanma, because we know that Yanma basically has a crush on Himeno, and he's like super nervous to do anything with her, and Jeremy's kind of trying to help him in his own way. And he tries to control him with his webs to make him dance good. He puts like some webbing on his back and stuff, and pretends to have Yama's voice and spit game to her. Like it was funny. Like Jeremy was like, nah, I ain't interested in doing all that, man. I ain't trying to marry her. But hey, Yama, I'll help you, man. I don't want to be an obstacle in your way, man. Like he literally says, I don't want to be an obstacle in your way. You can do this. So, but Yama was like super, like he was super nervous to do anything around Himeno at that time. And I like how like the whole thing of Yama having a crush on Himeno is like another thing that's really, really, really talked about. I mean, it's hinted at a few times. We have had hints of it before, but at the same time, it's like they don't really like interact in that sort of way like that. So it's just, and you kind of forget that Yama has a crush on her in the first place. So it's like they really like kind of go down on it in this episode. Like they kind of bring it more to the forefront in this episode. But yeah, it was funny that the stuff that Jeremy was doing to help Yama, air quotes, was actually like pretty funny. So we get to the dancing, and they try to dance, and Gira fails, and he's still trying to convince her that, hey, this is not the right time for us to be doing stuff like this. And Gira fails, and Yamba clearly fails because of Jeremy's antics. And we see that she dances with Rita, and and Rita's like, hey, I want to help you and things like that. But Kamen's whole plan was to basically take out everybody one by one, basically, like, you know, take out everybody one by one, and then take out Himeno. But he's basically still, waiting for Himeno to just die because of the poison. So he tries to do this, but something happens to where, like, he tries to inject them with, like, this poison. I guess it's the same poison that her parents died by. And yeah, so, like, they keep failing at it because some wacky stuff keeps happening. So she gets ready to, while she's dancing with Rita's the only one that's able to, well, Rita and not Damon, what? Roman. I don't know why I want to say Damon. Roman. The only two people who actually dance with her, like, correctly. But that's when she dances with Rita, and then that's when Roman comes in, and he ends up dancing with her. And while he's dancing with her, he said, I'll take it. Like, he's dancing with her, and he ends up taking the sword from her. When he takes the sword from her, that's when he kind of reveals that, hey, that's not the real Himeno. And that's when the real Himeno walks in. She's all kind of beat up and stuff like that. We see that she's also kind of helped out some of the people down there who were in the dungeon with her, and her and the other people. And we see that the way she got out was we see a bunch of Bugnarok grunts getting ready to go to the cell, I guess, to take them out. And they end up destroying the cell, but Himeno's badass freaking maid comes in and just beats up all the Bugnarok grunts to say, hey, I'll come to retrieve you. So she ends up back in the throne room, and everybody's like, they don't believe what they're seeing. Like, they're seeing two Himenos and stuff like that. And she sits there, she proves that she is the real Himeno by them showing that, hey, this is Sebastian. Roman is actually Sebastian. Roman was planted. He was plant. He wasn't real. But turns out Roman Deer, what was it? Well, Sebastian's real name is Roman, and he was actually I guess he was some kind of criminal, and he ended up becoming Sebastian because of Himeno. She basically gave him the special makeup, and they changed him up, and he's now Sebastian, and now he's her butler now, and he has been, like, super mega loyal to her all this time. And so, yeah, that is what Sebastian really looks like up under all that special makeup, air quotes. But yeah, it's revealed to that, it's revealed to everybody that, hey, this is the real Himeno. And they end up shooting up, and end up transforming to fight Kamen. They're fighting him, and getting stuff done. They're fighting a bunch of grunts and stuff like that, fighting him. And after they almost beat him, he always does his classic teleport away bull crap. And yeah, the episode kind of ends, and we get like a little festival thing with Himeno enjoying them being with people and stuff. We see that she was able to create a cure for the toxin. She created a cure for the poison, and she's trying to get everything, but she's essentially just trying to get everything back to normal in her kingdom. It basically still is. Like, Ishibana didn't go down like freaking Inkastopa did. Inkastopa got to start all the way back from freaking zero. Like, Yama should be back home dealing with that. Like, he really does. But in the midst of this small little celebration in the middle of the kingdom, we see that Debowski Kagari, he shows up, and he walks up to Rita specifically and says that, hey, I deem to get Tofu back, and I'm gonna need your help specifically. He's gonna Rita's help specifically. And we get a heart-to-heart talk between Sebastian and Himeno, and the episode ends off right there. This episode basically ends off right there. And I do like how this episode kind of linked together some more like episodes before it, and it let us know that yeah, Kamen, like this is where Himeno's been for that short amount of time. Like, you know, that because we really haven't been seeing, like, we've been seeing Himeno, but the Himeno that talked to them first, that you know, didn't want to help them in that episode, wasn't her, you know. And now Doug is gonna punish Kamen again. And yeah, we see that Himeno has gotten her kingdom back, and we see a Tofu. We see Dabowski is going to try his best to get his kingdom back as well. We see that some woman is sitting on the throne, but it looks like it's just Gordy. It's just him. I guess he can shapeshift too. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe it's just a dead maybe it's a dead person that he brought back to life. Maybe that's Dabowski's mom or something. I don't know, because we know that his parents are dead, I guess. Him and Suzume's parents are dead, I guess, but maybe that's his mom. I don't know. We'll find out next week. I don't know. That's just an assumption. Don't kill me about it. I'm just saying, maybe that's his mom. She has the same long black hair as them. I don't know about it, but this episode was cool. I did like this episode. I did like the linking it did with other episodes. It was dope. But yeah, man, you guys let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about this episode of Ohsama Sentai King-Ohger. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if you like this video, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So I'll see you guys next time, and stay henshined.